Decided tomorrow morning in the girls versus varsity quad. As we move on here, there's a picture of the start line. This is the next heat of the girls first varsity quad. Al, you want to run through the lanes for us?
Absolutely. It's in lane 0, Academy of the Holy Names, Sarasota Crew B in 1, Bulls School in lane 2, Miami Rowing Club in lane 3, First Coast Rowing Club in lane 4, Plant High School in 5, Treasure Coast Rowing Club in 6, and Our Lady of Lourdes Academy in 7. Our Lady of Lourdes Academy is a relatively new crew program to our state championships. I think they inaugurated their rowing, if not last year, the year before last. They too work out of Miami International Row House, and it's exciting to see them on the water today.
All right, well, we're just so happy to provide you this top quality audiovisual support here at Nathan Benderson Park with the drones, with our starting line camera, and I'm just tickled pink to be supported by Mike, with Al and Christian here, filling you in and giving you the best possible experience. One of the things
Yeah, we want to also thank our volunteer supporters here, for which we will not be able to run this race without, or any event for that matter. So thank you all to the volunteers supporting us up here on the tower and on the race course for our athletes, giving the student athletes here a chance for a state championship and potentially more in the future. So thank you to all of our volunteers, all of our officials, everybody working here on the live footage. And thank you to my two colleagues here, Joe and Al.
All right, so we've had a start in this wonderful 8-boat heat. Holy moly, look at this. They filled up the lake with these varsity quads. Looking from the left, it's Academy of Holy Names, Sarasota Crew trailing at the bowl school up in the play. Our early leader is Miami in the blue boat. First Coast is right there with Miami, as is Plant High School, and Treasure Coast in the blue boat, and Our Lady of Lourdes slightly off the pace. Right now, it looks like it's a 4-boat race. So we're right in the middle of our picture with the blue boat from Bowles, Miami in the blue. Miami with the blue boat, Bowles School with the white boat, First Coast with the white boat, and then Plant High School, which is really distinctive. You can see those yellow oars. We've got ourselves a race here.
We sure do. Particularly in lanes 3 and 4. Well, 2, 3, and 4, because 2 and 4 are really in a pitched battle for that second place position, and it's still early, so all these things can change. Lane 4 is starting to creep into the lead that Miami has, First Coast, that is. That's a beautiful shot. I love that. The chevron once again has formed itself, and the coaches have done a fantastic job of identifying the seating and identifying where the speed is in the field.
One of the things that we have here at Nathan Benderson Park that a lot of people don't realize is we have these bike paths, and the coaches and family and other people can ride their bikes and follow the race as they go along. And I've seen people at the head of the Schuylkill riding their bike paths, and right above the Girard Avenue Bridge get a little excited and ride right into the water, which is not a very career-enhancing thing to do.
No.
But here we have the ability to follow these races, and actually quite often they'll have an iPhone and they'll be doing their own video. But look at this beautiful drone shot of the Miami crew right there in the lead. Al's got a smile on his face you can't wipe off with a grenade.
Yeah,
And then we've got First Coast hanging in there, and then on the other side, the bowl school is really cruising along. These 3 crews are definitely the creme de la creme of this particular heat.
Yeah, that Miami crew, champions out of the Miami International Regatta, they beat Miami Beach by 2 seconds, and looking very strong here in the varsity quad. Miami champions out of the South. First Coast also champions out of the North District here. So few districts champions going at it, and you can see the tight competition across this. This is a much tighter heat than the previous heat that we saw before, and it's going to come down to the final 500 meters here. As they enter the final 500 meters, it is Miami in control, but tight, very, very tight between First Coast and Bowles here. So First Coast and Bowles have seen each other already, two Jacksonville-based programs. Bowles, a scholastic program coached by Chris Register out of Jacksonville, but First Coast, a club team also based out of Jacksonville. So these two crews have seen each other at North Districts previously. North Districts did get the better of Bowles by 7 seconds, but it looks like Bowles has tightened that gap up, and may be starting to overtake.
Yeah, Bowles looks like it has half a deck on First Coast at the moment, and Miami has, I think, extended its lead a little bit. I saw what looked like a flutter, like a bit of an increase in the rate over the last. They must have made a nice move, and they re-lengthened ahead of their final sprint. But Bowles is moving in a little bit. What looked like a half boat length lead, or what looked like a full boat length lead now looks only like a half boat length lead.
Yeah, it looks like Miami is being overtaken. What happens when you've got three crews like this, guys, is they feed off each other.
Absolutely.
You know, they start, the bow person is saying, okay, I'm right even with the bow person. And yeah, it looks like on the outside that the Bowles school has moved ahead of First Coast just by a little bit. They're into the red buoys, so it's hard to see, but they definitely are starting to move into Miami, and these three crews are feeding off each other. And I would be surprised, since they're really going off each other, if they don't have a faster time than the previous heat. We'll see afterwards. But on the top of our picture, there goes the Bowles school. Bowles school is really putting the pedal to the metal as we start coming into the last 15 strokes here.
Yeah.
Miami's holding on. First Coast is solidly in the third place, but our fastest crew on the water right now is the Bowles school.
Yeah, very impressive from this Bowles crew to overcome 7 seconds or more in just the last week is very, very impressive. And you have to wonder also if First Coast is maybe conserving, but it doesn't really look like it to my eye, as Miami Rowing Club is going to come across the line in first, three-quarter length lead ahead of Bowles, who just eked out a deck over First Coast.
Who's going to be our fourth qualifier? It looks like it's going to be Plant.
Yep.
But on the outside, Treasure Coast is trying to overtake them.
Yeah, but unfortunately for Treasure Coast, they're going to be left out of the A final. Plant's going to get that final spot in the A final for a chance for medals. Treasure Coast will be headed to the B final along with the Academy of the Holy Names coming across the line now, Lords as well, and Sarasota Crew B trailing quite a lot. So those crews will be headed to the B final. But congratulations to Miami Rowing Club with a very strong performance, and we're going to be able to see the